This is different than what we did on Wednesday. Tell me how it's different. Tell me what's different about it. There's a binomial and a trinomial. It is still multiplication, but it is a binomial and a trinomial. Okay? Can we use FOIL? No, we cannot use FOIL. We can only use FOIL when it's a binomial times a binomial. That's the only time that we can use FOIL. What we are actually going to use is the distributive property twice. Okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the distributive property 2 times. So I'm going to start with this x right here, and I'm going to multiply that x times x squared minus 3x and positive 4. Then I am going to take this negative 2, and I'm going to multiply the negative 2 times x squared, negative 3x, and positive 4. So I am doing the distributive property twice. And when you FOIL, you're still doing the distributive property. We just have a cute name for it. Okay? So FOIL is the distributive property. So here we go. I have x times x squared. Okay? Then I have x times 3x. Or actually, it's not 3x. What is it? Negative 3x. Okay? Then I have x times 4. Okay? So x times x squared, x times negative 3x, x times 4. Now we're going to do our negative 2. We're going to do our negative 2. So I have negative 2 times x squared, negative 2 times negative 3x, okay? And then I have negative 2 times positive 4. Okay. Now I wrote all that out. Some students choose to do the multiplication at the same time, and that's okay. Just be sure you're giving yourself plenty of opportunity to make sure you're doing it correctly. So here we go. I have x times x squared. It's going to be x to the third. X times negative 3x minus 3x squared, x times 4. Okay. Negative 2 times x squared minus 2x squared. Negative 2 times negative 3. That is plus 6x. Negative times a negative is a positive. Negative 2 times positive 4. Negative 8. Okay? Now, we're not done. What do I have to do next? Combine like terms. So here I've got x to the third. Is there anything that I can combine with x to the third? No. I just have x to the third. Here I've got negative 3x squared and negative 2x squared. What does that give me? Negative 5x squared. 4x and 6x. Okay? And then my negative 8 is my last term. Okay? Remember, x to the third and x squared cannot be combined because they don't have the same exponent. Okay? Okay. You ready to do a little bit more complex one? Yes, that's the answer. Okay. Okay. This one we have coefficients in front of our x and our y, and we have an x and a y. So we've got to kind of go through that. So I'm going to do it the same way. And for this one, I would encourage you to write out this step. Okay? I have 3x times x squared. Okay? 3x times xy. Three x times negative y squared. I'm going to put negative 1y squared there just to remind us. Okay, now we're going to distribute the negative 2. Now, we lose that negative sometimes. So I'm going to say negative 2y. I'm going to put that in parentheses so I don't lose it. Negative 2y times x squared. Negative 2y times xy. Negative 2y times negative 1y squared. Times negative 1y squared. Okay? 3x times x is 3x cubed. 3x times xy. Okay? I'm going to keep my 3. Then I have an x times an x. What's x times x? Good. Then I have my y. Okay? Now, for this one, my 3x times negative 1y squared, I've got a 3 times a negative 1. Okay? Do I have anything that I can multiply that x by? So I write down my x. And then I've got positive y squared. Do I have anything I need to multiply that y by? Okay, so negative 3xy squared. That's 3x times negative 1y squared. Okay. Now, our next one, negative 2y, that is times y squared. Negative 2y is times 1x squared. So I've got negative 2 times positive 1. Okay. Can I put that x squared first and then the y? I can, because 2 times 3 is the same thing as 3 times 2. So I can. And traditionally, you see them in alphabetical order. Now, for my next one, I'm going to put a 1 right there. I've got negative 2 times 1, which is negative 2. Y times y is y squared, but do I have anything for the x? So the x stays the same, and then I have y squared. Okay? My last one, I have negative 2y times negative 1y squared. Negative 2 times negative 1, positive 2, y times y, y times y squared is y to the third. Okay? Now, this is a little bit more complex when we're combining terms. I want you to look at this term right here and this term right here. So I have 3x squared y minus 3x y squared. Are they like terms? No. Good. Excellent. They are not like terms. The reason is I've got x to the second power in one of them and x to the first power in another. Then I have y to the first power in one and y to the second power in the other. Excellent. What is a like term with 3x squared y?
Negative 2x squared y.
Perfect. Okay? So I'm going to write down my 3x to the third because there's nothing to combine with that. What is 3x squared y minus 2x squared y?
X squared y.
Good. And if you wrote a 1 there, that's completely fine. Okay? Negative 3xy squared and negative 2xy squared. What's that going to give me? Excellent. Negative 5xy squared. Okay, and then I've got my positive 2y to the third. And that is as far as we can go. We cannot combine anything else. We cannot combine anything else. Yes, ma'am?
Is it okay to put the 2y third next to the 3x one?
Yes, that's fine. Yeah, that's not a problem at all. You can have those in any order. As long as that negative stays with the 5, you're fine. Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, this is what you guys are going to do for the next 20 minutes. This is some classwork that I want you to work on. Okay? This is a great opportunity to practice some of this stuff without having all the support inside WebAssign. So you want to practice this and take the classwork seriously. Now, on Monday at 11 a.m., I'm going to do solutions to this classwork. Monday at 11 a.m., I'm going to do solutions to this classwork.